don't care about you.
I am, y'all. His name is Muhammad Muhtar Chim. I have been consulting with his family. He refused. Yeah, I know that. Good. He is not returning the car. He refuses to return I bought this car with my own money. This man has not worked since the beginning of this year. No, he does not work. I went to file for a divorce, but I can't. He's hiding the car. Okay, he's hiding the car. I can't take my kids to school. I can't do anything.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is true. I have to get a list when I have a car.
Yes, just day before yesterday.
Yes, so you're gonna keep doing this. Why can't you bring the car here? We can share the vehicle. Then why didn't you? You rode here in your daughter's car. Look, y'all, this is the car he came in. His daughter's car, not their child. This is the fucking car he came in. He's using his fucking daughter to keep from not being able to allow me to drive the car. This is his daughter's fucking car that he's fucking using. And then he got the car parked somewhere, I don't fucking know where.
Send the flood. This black American woman is out here getting scammed by an African man from Gambia. And I know he's from Gambia because I asked, sis, which country is he from? Gambia is one of the poorest of the poor West African countries. That's where her husband is from. Scammed her into a green card shotgun wedding. I'm sure he pulled out the red carpets, got the Igisu soup and the goddamn flowers, and told her he loved her and that he was an African king, because they be scamming. They all swear they live like kings and princes and all types of things back in their homeland. I would know because I was dating an African guy from Senegal, and he lied and told me he had all types of properties and all types of stuff back home. He was a lie and a scam. So now he done stole her car. He hasn't had a job since the top of 2025. We are a couple months shy of 2026. So who you think been paying that mortgage? Who you think been footing the bill? That black American woman. Who's been taking care of the kids? That black American woman. As much as they love to come over here and say we ain't it, we trifling, we lazy, we this, we that, and the third, we help them. We help them get citizenship by way of marriage. We've been doing that with these since the beginning of goddamn, with no grace, no thanks. They still dick and dodge all around town, cheat, and just as bad as any other goddamn type of man. I am so upset that she let herself get in this position. Then she said that he was threatening because he had two other kids that was already out by another lady. I don't know. A 19-year-old and I think a 21 or a 22-year-old. And a 19-year-old, he said he was going to get his daughter to roll up. They down there in Texas. He was going to get his daughter and her ratchet friends doing hood rat shit with her hood rat friends to come up there to the house. I don't know if she's trying to jump. They're going to try to beat her up. I don't know what's going on. But she said in another video she was packing her bags and she was leaving. So she had to leave her home for that African man. If she don't call ICE, I will. Enough is enough. Then she's like, well, I hope they don't touch my stuff. I only packed up what I could. Stand up. At least she got the hell up out of there. But girl, called the authorities. She was like, I called the police to get my car back. They couldn't do anything. The only thing is he eventually gave it back because his family forced him to, because they like to make it seem like they do no wrong. They hate public scrutiny. I'm learning this about a lot of Africans from them African countries. They do not like for their dirty laundry to be aired out. But girl, baby girl, call ICE. ICE, baby. Spread love is the Brooklyn way, and I wouldn't have no damn remorse. You gonna steal my car and then act like you gonna get your ratchet daughter and her friends to come and beat me up? Ciao.
Everyone, I hope you watched that video, and I know so many of you have experienced that, right? Because this is not new. It's been happening for years, right? And most of the times it's Africans all the time. Yeah, let me tell you the truth. For the little while I've been on this app, right, I've really built so much, connection with a lot of people that, at least you can trust what I say to a lot of extent. Now, if you watch this video till the end, you're not going to get into this trouble. You're never going to fall into troubles like that, right? Now, let me tell you why so many women, especially, Black Americans, fall prey to this African man, right? They come, they tell you they love you, they pretend, they take away everything you have, and they live just like that, that can be very heartbreaking. It's like one of the most painful thing in this world, because some people would even end up taking their own life. Yeah, because something like that has happened to them. But now, what do you think could have contributed to this thing? The truth is, in most cases, there have been signs. Read my lips, I say it and I say it. In most cases, the signs were there, but you are carried away with love. For me, I don't even call that love, I call that infatuation, because how on earth would you make it make sense to me that a woman is falling in love with an African or someone in another continent that is like 20 years younger than they are, and you expect it to be real? Please make it make sense to me. You expect it to be real, and most of the times you ask to see them, to see them on camera, and they will start telling you issues like, oh, their phones have issues, this and that. Make it make sense to me. If you don't listen to this video to the end, you're going to fall for them, and I don't want you to fall for it. Right now, here's what you do. When you meet these people, I mean, why I'm saying this is you might definitely fall in love with African. Now, not all Africans are bad, right? But it's very possible you could meet the very bad people. Now, always pray when it comes to love relationships. Now, I'm advising you based on, someone who I know, right? When falling in love, pray for the right, man, and then pray for the spirit of discernment for you to be able to tell, okay, this person is not real, this person is real, this person is not genuine, this person is genuine. Do you get it? Yeah, pray for that as well. Then apart from that, when you see them asking you for money, things like, oh, come and help me with money, is a red flag. Don't fall for it. Don't give it to it. Once they start asking you for money, is a red flag. Once they start telling you things like, oh, my parents are sick, oh, blah, 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 this and that, is a red flag, right? Most African men were raised to take care of their women. We are raised to provide for their women. Most African women, you see, hardly work. If you're very lucky and you get a very good man, you're going to be taken care of for life. I'm telling you the truth. All you do is, take care of the kids and make sure you're going to be good, right? Now, when you're not having that kind of thing as a relationship, then that's where the problem is. You find out that so many of these women fall in love for the very wrong reason. You fall in love because the sex was good, right? You fall in love because, you felt, out of pity, let's say that, right? Let's say out of pity, you fell in love out of pity. That could also be a factor. Now, those things are things to consider when falling in love. Do not fall out of pity. If you fall for love because you pity this person, you're going to be surprised. Right? Anyway, just watch more of these videos. I'll be back with the final part of it. Please keep watching. I'll be back. Credits to those creators.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Sue Kindness Islam. I want to be able to come on the platform and share my story. No judgment, no nothing, but I want to prevent this from, with the help of Sir, I want to prevent this from happening to any woman. So I met my husband online. I did not go look for him. I was, I live in America. I mind my own business. My husband came to me as a Caucasian man. We don't like to say white man because it's rude. We call it Caucasian. He came to me as Louis Ferrari, as a Caucasian man. He wanted to be friends with me, and I kind of knew. After talking, I knew he was Nigerian. You can tell he was Nigerian. For some reason, he was saying that he needed money for rent. He owed the landlord money for rent. I think it was like 850,000 naira. As we started talking, I'm like, listen, don't bother me. I don't know you. And he said, I just want to be friends. And so as we started talking, I said, why don't you reveal the truth of who you are? And he did. On December 21st of 2022, he he stood up, introduced himself to me. Before he introduced himself to me, this is how these romance scammers get to you. And I want everyone to know, they come to you, they basically suck you in, they lure you in, and they won't stop. And this is one of the things that they use, these young boys romance scammers, these Nigerian ones. They say, my baby, my queen, have you eaten? How are you today? How was your night? These are the lines. So he came to me, we started talking. He took me to Google Chat. Now, mind you, I'm not a Facebook person. I don't really know how to do these things. He took me from Messenger to Google Chat and then come back to Messenger. So as we started talking, I said, reveal yourself. He says, well, you don't like black people. I go, why would you make that judgment? I live in a country where, yes, there are certain states that have racism, but in the state where I live, it's diversity, it's everywhere. So I saw him the first time and I said, I'm going to give you a chance, even though you came to me as a Caucasian man and you were trying to get money from me for rent. And then also he wanted to get money for his cell phone bill. And I've never heard of Nigeria. I went to school. Back in the days, we were not really educated about Africa. I didn't know nothing. I didn't even know Nigeria exists. So to get this story, after talking to him, meeting him in, face to face in person, he started taking me to his WhatsApp. So I gave him my number I didn't even know how to download WhatsApp. I don't even use WhatsApp in America. He walked me how to use WhatsApp. We started talking, and the first week he sends me, he goes, what's your address? I'm like, oh, why would you want my address? He gained my trust, and he is a smooth talker. Some of these Nigerian boys that are romance scammer, they are smooth talker. They just know how to use the words to get you in. He sent me a picture to my house of me and him that he made together as a photo frame. And I was like, okay. And then as we get more, he would send me Valentine's gift. I was blinded by his love. I couldn't see. I could not see straight. But the way he talked to me, the way he romance scammed me, I was like, you just get lost in his words. And these romance scammers, they are at you all the time. I mean, you're not even up yet. They're like, hey baby, what you doing, baby? I'm here. I'm waiting for you, baby. They're constantly at you all the time until you started like, oh, okay. Like, you started believing their words. I started believing his word. We started talking. I met him in person. I gave him a chance. We started talking. Then he was able to gain my trust. And then I was able to I don't even know how to do like Bitcoins or gift cards. He told me send him gift card. I was like, okay. So I went and bought gift cards at Target. I sent him gift card for him to eat, feeding. And then as we get to know each other, he then tells me go set up Bitcoin. I don't even know anything about Bitcoin. He was like teaching me how to gain his trust and go open Bitcoin and send him money. As we were getting going, I sent him money through Bitcoin. And then all of a sudden we gained trust, me trusting him. I somehow went and opened sent him money through Sendwave. This boy came to me as a white guy. And I forgave him. I wanted to know who he is, even though I knew he was Nigerian and he was a romance scam. I sent this boy close to 80,000 US dollar within 3 years. I couldn't see straight. So as we kept going, he proposed marriage to me. I went to not knowing who he is. I've never left the country, and I flew from America to meet him for the first time. Was I scared? Oh, I was scared. But then I thought, well, because you love him so much, you believe everything they tell you. So I met him for the first time in Lagos. We got married on November 7th in Asaba. And, my mind was not straight because every time you try to ask these romance scammers, like, anything about them, they will tell you anything you want to hear. So I got married to him. And since I got married to him, since November 23rd of 2023, I have only seen him twice. I've only seen him. I didn't realize that meeting his family, they kept saying, oh, my family is religious. I was blindsided, like I couldn't see. I wanted to help him. Yes, I wiped all his debt. When I met him, he had nothing. Every week I would send him money. close up to $80,000. That's a lot of money within 3 years. I bought him a car. I put him through school. His last year of school, I put him through school. I took care of all the expenses. Mind you, I'm a woman, a single mother, and I did all this on my own. I wanted to elevate his life. I wanted to change his life. But at the end, I was the one who was romance scam. And the reason why I came to speak with Sir, and thank you for giving me the platform, was what he is saying to you guys is true. When I came to Nigeria this year, this is the second time I met him. I was able to spend time with my husband. You know, when I came to be with him, I was there from February 1st to April 7th. Do you know how he treated me? He left me with his sister to look after me, to make sure I eat and all this, that. Everything was my sister. Go to my sister. Whatever you need, go to my sister. I said, you're my husband, right? You marry me, right? I came all the way from America, 23-hour flight. It's your responsibility to take care of me, right? He goes, my sister will get you what you need. You know, they locked the door on me. I couldn't figure out why the door was locked. I live in America. We don't lock doors, only when we go to bed at night. The door was always locked. I couldn't figure out why the door was locked. The way they treated me was very poorly. I couldn't go anywhere. I had to lie to say I wanted to go spread the laundry. And then the sister would unlock the door. And then I would literally run outside for air. There were times that when she unlocked the door, I would disappear to a pharmacy store just to go get something to drink. The father was he's a racist. The father is a Christian, goes to church. The mother was nice. The father was racist. I asked the father, he said, I never accepted your marriage. And I said, why? He couldn't answer me. Because I'm an American and I was older than my husband. The way I was treated, I thought, this is my husband. This is the one that romance scammed me, but I gave him a chance. How could this happen to me? I was never treated as a wife. I swear to God. It's either he's married to his sister. Everything is his sister. Even though I was a wife, I was never treated as a wife when I was in Nigeria. I was treated like I was walking 2 steps behind him. Every time I go to Nigeria, I always bring iPhone. I always bring the highest gadget technology. The first time I went and met him, I brought iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch. I paid for everything. I paid for the hotel. This boy has nothing, no money. I paid for everything. The family, when I got married, didn't even give me nothing. Nothing. I paid for everything. I paid. They're only nice to you because you have money. You give them money. How could you go to sleep at night knowing that you took someone's money, who loved you, who gave you a chance, even though you came to her as a Caucasian man to romance scam you for money? How do you live with yourself? Ladies, run. If any of these Nigerian boys come up to you and tell you you're beautiful, how much they love you, how much they can take care of you, like my husband did, run. The only thing he did for me, this boy, was giving me lip service. I call it lip service. That's it. Lip service. I don't know. I made this up. Lip service. That's it. It's just to tell you the things you want to hear, to get money. That's it. For the ladies who met the really good Nigerian, God bless you. God bless you. Praise Jesus. I'm happy for you. But this happened to me. This happened to me. It nearly almost took my life. What he did to me, it nearly almost took my life. I'm not going to share, but I'm going to tell you. I lost nearly 3 years of my life to this boy. I gave my heart, my time, my soul, my bank. I invested. What has this boy done for me? Nothing. These young romance scammer boys, like my husband, they are narcissists. They will never man up to say, I did wrong. I took care of everything. Basically, bottom line is, I basically wiped this boy's ass. I don't think this boy has ever worked a day in his life. And I didn't just send 50,000 nada. I was sending 200,000, 500,000 nada, sometimes close to $1 million nada. You get money every week, and sometimes I ask, where's the money going? You're getting money every week. Where's the money? If anything, the sister is the one that sees it all and in control. And I wonder, where is all this, everything that you send 200,000 a week, 300,000 a week. I mean, every week I was sending money. And then I wonder, where is all this money going? Where is all this money going? Sometimes I thought he's either taking care of another girl. Sometimes I wonder, is the sister maybe your wife or because every time when I was there in Nigeria, he was always calling her, Auntie. I asked the mother, do you know the truth? How he met me? She wouldn't talk about it. they would brush me off to the side. I had almost 30 people told me in America before I went to marry him was, don't do it. Don't do it. You're going to lose your money. This boy will not do anything for you. He's going to scam you. I was in a hospital. I was in a coma for 2 days. I learned that this boy used my iPhone and used my face when I was in a coma to unlock my phone and deleted all the information that would incriminate him as a romance scammer. How I found this out was when I went back, I woke up from the coma. I went back and looked at my phone. A lot of stuff was deleted. Even when the stuff that I saved when he was talking to me as the Caucasian guy, as a romance scammer, he deleted all that stuff. How could you do that? Knowing that your wife was in a coma that could never woke up and could have died. How could you do that? If he did not feel guilty, why did he delete all that information? I went to see the barista. Very nice, very educated woman. I met her face to face. You know, prior to meeting her, she heard my story. She said to me, she goes, Ma, she goes, I'm gonna tell you the truth. This is not how we do it here. We're a good Igbo people, but you met the bad one. So I will go ahead and file for a divorce. I will go ahead and report him with the help of barista. We will file the report with the EFCC. I've already contacted the EFCC.
I wish you the best. All Nigerian men are not the same. We have a good one. We have.
I do know that, sir. There's bad in every country.
I never come up to my wife with a white man's face. I sent her friend request. Then she said hi on the message. When I sent her friend request, I didn't do that intentionally. I was like accepting other friend requests on my Facebook. I didn't know when, people even, I didn't even know when I clicked on that request. So my wife sent me a proposal. Then I said to myself, why this? Because I know I'm from
What
Igbo.
kind of proposal?
I have it. I don't know if I can how to share it to you.
Marriage proposal.
Marriage proposal. Yes.
She proposed marriage to you. All right.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes, sir.
that proposal was was in a video.
I screenshotted it
Is it on a message or on a video?
on a direct message.
Okay. Can you read? Do you mind reading how she proposed to you? Can you read it out?
I read Dalanda.
Okay.
Takes my husband, Chigozie kindness, to have and hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer,
Okay.
in sickness and health, till death
Okay.
do us part. I
This is
promise
not a
to honor.
Stop, my brother. This is not a proposal. This is a vow. And I feel like you also wrote your own vow. This is not a proposal. This is a vow.
That's what
She talked about you locking her up in the house.
okay.
Like, literally, we're not talking about night time. During the daytime, on the normal daytime, you guys will padlock her, and she go there inside. Now, my brother, I have a picture of that. Go padlock her. Is it because of kidnappers, or you guys are trying to make sure nothing goes wrong with her? Were you too concerned
Thank you.
that she does not fall into any trap? Why?
The reason on that we didn't padlock to cage her. The reason is because she,
Okay.
that happened during her last visit in Onitsha. She decided that she'd be coming to Onitsha direct. I first told her how unsafe it can be here. That
Okay.
that we both have to be very, very careful. I'm not telling her not to come to Onitsha because I'm not hiding anything.
I'm going to say this. I'm just going to get it all out. And I know a lot of you will not like it. But when a lot of you women that are currently on this app crying about romance scam, look within and see that the reason that you are in these vulnerable, compromising situations is because you truly made decisions out of a place of like desperation and a lack of self-love. Then you will really see the healing process start to begin. Getting an African man or just dating one didn't become a thing until like college. And I was like a junior in college, and me and other girls in my age group, we wanted an African man. But we didn't want just any old African man, baby. We were looking for a certain type, because what we were hearing, we were wanting a type that was either rich, he was wealthy, or he was a provider. We wanted the ones that could easily fly to see us and travel the world. We also wanted the ones that would be buying tickets for us to see them. We wanted the African man that was giving us money, paying for school tuition, paying for like beautiful dates, giving us lavish gifts. We wanted those types. And it's so crazy. Like, me and my friends, we have like crazy stories for crazy days because those guys exist. And I believe as the trend got bigger and bigger, there were a lot of women that now they wanted African men too. And they didn't go for like quality African men. They were going for any old African man. And I do mean any old African man. I've seen women who were so desperate on getting an African man and just being married to one that these women were taking what little bit of finances that they had to scrape up, and instead of using that to get better living arrangements for themselves and their children, clear debt, get their finances together, like they were using it to buy these expensive tickets with 5 million connections just to get over to countries like Nigeria or countries like Ghana, for example. And they were fitting the bill for everything: the Uber, the Lyft, whatever, the wedding, the festive, like they were paying for everything. And it really when you really think about it, these women truly did not understand these men and their culture, because what attracted a lot of American women to African men was the fact that their culture, they're bred on being protectors and providers. But these women were going over here in these countries, not over here, but over there, and really like getting a man that if you took that same African man and you put him in front of your local corner store, you wouldn't even talk to him. If you put that same African man and he saw you in a grocery store, you wouldn't even talk to him. But a lot of women, out of desperation, went to these countries to get these guys, and they didn't go for like a well-to-do guy. They didn't go for a businessman with a legitimate business. They didn't go for a man that was educated. They went for, and you know which ones I'm talking about because you see them all over their page. They went for very young ones, or they went for guys that had no business, no education, no nothing, just living the lifestyle of like a local area boy, a 419 Yahoo boy. They went for those particular ones. And it really came to bite these women in the ass, because they were just so glad to say, I have an African man, look at my African man, that they didn't know that these men were running numbers on them. And now I'm pretty sure, because I've witnessed it, where these women have family and friends that love and care about them that said, you need to think about this twice. You need to get to know him longer. You need to wait. Are you sure this is the right decision? And these women probably told people, you're jealous, you're hating, shut up, bye, this is my life and my man. And what happens? These women, they get these men over here. And then that's when reality sets in. And this is not, I'm not talking about all women married to African men. I'm not. I'm talking about these one in particular, and especially a lot of these women on the app that are crying romance scam. I'm pretty sure someone told you, think twice, this is not the best. But you said, no, I know what I'm doing. And now these men get here, and as each of them get here, they're learning the system and they're learning how to finesse. They're learning that even if they're foreigners in the US, they have some type of law that will protect them as a foreigner. And because it doesn't work out, or because when he got here, he saw that you weren't living the way you said that you were living, when he got here and found out that, when I found out that a lot of women that are sponsoring these men to come over they don't even make enough, and they need co-sponsors, that's when you really have to realize like your priorities are just in the dumpster. And I think that's why a lot of times it's taking women a long time for their husbands to come over, because things are not in order here. And then you do all this hard work to pay for a man. You're sending him money because deep down inside, you know that this love is really conditional. This love is really conditional. When I mean conditional, you know that you have something that he wants. Even if he's telling you he loves you, my baby, I love you so much. Even if you know that you're providing something that he really wants and needs. And it's a transactional thing, but the thing is, one person's delusional, one person has a goal in mind, and it's clear as day. So when these guys get here, and then some will be consistent with you for a while, some will play the game very long, and then some don't waste no time and they go. And there's so many red flags about these men that are so obvious. Some of these men, you can look at them and tell that these guys are Raz. They're like, something is just not right. You can tell. But these women go for these men anyways. They do. And then when these guys get here and they leave them, you come on the app and you call scam. Not only do you call scam, but you will say all of them. You'll say all Senegalese men are scams. All Ghanaian men are scams. All Nigerian men are scams. Stay away from these men. Stay away from these men. And it's just like, no. You have to take some accountability too. Like, you just really have to be honest. Because the whole world can see, the whole community can see that this was a scam. It's even to the point where our sisters in these African countries, like our Nigerian sisters, our Ghanaian sisters, like our Senegalese sisters, we're all over this West African countries. Like, they're telling these women, these men, you gotta watch out for these particular type of men. But when our African sisters are coming and warning, I see a lot of pushback, a lot. And these, I'm not talking about the African women that are coming and there's like rude and stuff like that. But I'm really talking about the African sisters that are looking out. And then you said that people are jealous and they, I heard about you African women that you're just hard to deal with. But it's just like, no. These men want to create confusion. Because while you two are arguing about who's better and who's not, and who is he lying to and who's not, they're working on their next victim. They are. A lot of you women can get the same man, if not better, in your community, in your area. There's African men all over the United States. But you don't want to do that. And we have to be honest, a lot of women cannot even afford these long distance relationships that they're in. And a lot of women will go to these African countries once a year, once every other year, and expect that man to still be faithful. He's a Christian man, a man of God. Man, that man has wants, needs, and desires. And when the flesh calls, baby, you really have to be honest. So a lot of you women cannot sit here and cry victim and blame everybody and then want to create some, I'm just spreading awareness. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I have yet to see a woman truly duped by an African man to the point where even I'm like, God damn, he would have got me.
Before I get my morning started this morning, I just wanted to say this. I can deal with an American man cheating on me, okay? But when an African man do it, it's on a whole nother level of cheating. That American man, he does obvious cheating. Wakes up in the morning, go get his hair cut, go buy him a new pair of pants, a new pair of outfit, spray his latest cologne, take a shower, get dressed up. You looking like, baby, where you going? You know an American man cheat, but baby, when an African man do it, he gonna leave the house in his work boots, dirty, with oil spills all on his jeans, t-shirt, got all kind of stains on it from working, smelling musty, no haircut. He gonna leave the house like, baby, oh yeah, I'll be back, oh, I'm going to work. You are never going to know when that African man is cheating, trust me. And then African man, when they cheat, baby, when I say a different level of cheating, I mean a level that us American women are not ready for at all. We are not ready for this. Like I said, I would much rather an American man cheat on me. At least when he cheats, I know when he's cheating. I know when he's going to cheat because it's obvious, right? Because he got a new haircut. He didn't went to go put on a new cologne. He got his a new outfit that he went to the mall especially to go get. He's dressed up, got his dress shoes on and everything. But honey, when an African man cheat, you will never know about it, honey. And guess what? American men, when they cheat, they tend to stay outside all night long, okay? When you call their phone, they're not going to answer you or anything. But when an African man cheat, honey, he's going to be back on time at 8 p.m. like he always did. As soon as you call him, he's going to answer. Yes, he's even going to answer, honey. And if you really get an African man that really know how to cheat, he's going to even come back home with groceries. He's going to come back home with groceries, maybe some flowers for you or something like that. Make you feel extra special because he's been out cheating. You're never going to know he's cheating, right? Because he left out the house with them dirty ass work boots on and that shirt with the oil spill on there and them jeans. He's never going to know. Also, when African men cheat, baby, especially when they have them African women back home in Africa that's been waiting and hiding for them, honey. The worst. Because they would have them women calling their phone, honey, introducing you to the woman like that's their cousin or sister. Like, baby, it's my sister on the phone. My sister. I want you to answer. I want you to talk to my sister. And then when a woman get on the phone, she's like, hi, how are you? I'm the sister. Oh my God, my love. You look so beautiful. Oh, you look so beautiful. I love you. He's been telling me so much good things about you. Oh, I love you. I can't wait to meet you. But when that American man cheat, honey, you gonna know about it because the girl gonna come to your house. She gonna bust your windows out. She gonna flatten your tires. She gonna key your car. So you gonna definitely know that he had a woman in the background, okay? Like I said, American women, please take heed. We are not built for them African men cheating, okay? They cheat on levels that make you sit back and scratch your head like, what the fuck? How did I not even think about that? How did I not even know this man was cheating? When they go knock a bitch off, they go knock them off of their boots, honey. Yes, and they work boots. These men out here, honey, trust me. Make sure you know what you're doing when you get with African man, honey, because trust and believe me, being with some African man, honey, will give you high blood pressure, honey. Make you go in cardiac arrest. Make you have diabetes and sugar and hypertension and all that stuff. Make you have mental health problems and you ain't never had mental health problems before. Trust me, when these African men get to cheating, it's on a totally different level. Oh, and if the mama's still involved, honey, don't try to call her for advice because she gonna basically tell you, she gonna make you be okay with the cheating. Oh, my daughter. No. They lie. They didn't want you, man. They lie. Mama. No, mama, please, mama. But listen, I know he's been out cheating. I caught the women number in his phone. No, they lie. You didn't say anything. My son, he's a good man. He loves you. He loves you. No, mind your business. Mind your business, okay? He loves you and the kids. He take care of his family. He does everything. Don't mind them women. Don't mind them women. He's for you. He's your husband. These the man mother is... Baby, ladies, listen, okay? If you ain't never been crazy before, when you get with an African man, your ass gonna be crazy. Trust and believe.
There's this weird obsession American women have on Nigerian men. Like, it's really weird. It has to be studied. Like, I don't understand why they would willingly spend so much money. And I mean, they spend thousands of dollars just to bring a Nigerian man into this country. I'm talking about immigration fees, flights, visa application. They are the ones spending all this money just to bring in a Nigerian man into this country. The man that when he gets into this country is going to abandon you. The same man that when he gets into this country, they are going to abandon you. And you can't even advise them. You can't even tell them that this thing you are doing, it's risky. Bringing a man from Nigeria. When you advise them, they'll call you hater. They'll call you bitter. They'll call you all manner of names. So I don't say nothing. It don't concern me. Now your money they spend, I don't my money. Like, I can't imagine working hours for my money and I'm using that money to bring in a man. Man finish for US. Man finish for US.
there's an abundance of men in the US. I don't know why. I don't know why it has to be Nigerian men. Like, I don't understand. And then when the men get here and they start to misbehave, they'll come on TikTok and start narrating stories, start doing part 1 to part 20 of how I survived so person. How I spent my money, my hard-earned money, bring this man into this country, and this man did this. This man has been married the entire time. I was lied to. You know, he arranged with his wife before uncle. Before uncle. You people are simply a means to an end. Yes. I will not say anything more than that. I have stories for days. Like I work in healthcare and I meet a lot of all these older women. And when they start telling me their stories, I'm like, the hell? You mean you did all of this for a Nigerian man? You spent all this money. Some even send money home to these men. Some they send their hard-earned dollars to Nigeria, to these men. By the time they've cooked stories, they've cooked zobo for these women, they'll be sending them dollars back home. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, welcome back. And there's still this thing I didn't see, right? When you see this person is a very young person, he doesn't have a child anywhere in this world, and they tell you that they're in love with you because obviously you're older than them, right? And maybe you don't have plans for kids again, or you've had your kids, you don't want kids anymore, right? You just want to enjoy yourself. And this man is telling you that he doesn't like kids. It's a lie. Run for your life. Run for your dear life. Don't fall for scams like that. Don't fall for scams like that. When you see them being over, oh, when am I coming to America? When am I coming to stay with you? Don't fall for it. When you're in love with an African and you find out that, okay, maybe this is real or whatever, come down to Africa and stay with them. Tell them you're not going to be staying in America, that you want to relocate to Africa. That is what you should say. That alone will scare a whole lot of them that are not genuine. I'm telling you the truth. Right. So that is it. This point, I think, and do not fall for, oh, give me money for this, give me money for that. Oh, can I use your card and get stuff? No, they are going to take away everything you have. Right? Anyone who has, fallen into a situation like this, honestly, I wish I could just give you a hug. I wish I could just kiss you, because this is a lot. It's troubling. Right? But then do not fall for this again, because this thing will not stop. These people are everywhere. They're scamming everyone. They're scamming even Africans themselves. Right? So now, I hope I've made sense with this video. If I have, please kindly subscribe, like, share this video, and come back for more. I love you all. Bye, guys.